morning, guys. Welcome to Coffee Chat. Now, guys, you can tell that wasn't my first sip for sure, can't you? I mean, that was a pretty big turn of the cup to get a gulp down, but still my first cup and really enjoying it. Guys, what a weekend did we have watching XRP just absolutely take off. And here I'm reading in the comments, oh my goodness, people crying and things like that, because it's come back down to tag, that prior resistance as support. That is absolutely healthy market activity, guys. And I'll tell you what, are we ever seeing some real strength out of XRP holding up against Bitcoin dropping down, I think under 92,000. And yet XRP, it popped up there, $2.60, back down to $2.46. Guys, that is strength. That is not weakness when you're thinking about XRP and the price of what's going on. And I do believe we are just getting set up for a major move in these markets. That is for sure. Yep. And having said that, I was on Zero Hedge there. I'm reading this article how there's a big disconnect, of course, between the market and the economy. And can you ever see it? And big time. Guys, I always love to point out, you want a real example of how the market can absolutely take off, even though the economy is absolutely crashing. When this was going down like this, and every business around the wide world had come practically to a screeching halt. I mean, your service businesses, of course, restaurants and all the entertainment stuff, shipping, manufacturing, I mean, everything right to a screeching halt. And yet, we had one of the biggest secular bull runs that we had ever had. And why? Well, they were printing money like crazy. The ECB, the Federal Reserve, all the central banks around the wide world, they just turned on the taps. It was like glory days for them. And that is exactly what we're seeing now, guys. We're seeing a ramp up of all these central banks just turning the taps on like crazy. Guys, you are going to watch. I really believe this. You're going to watch something happen that most people don't expect to happen. You're going to watch the markets literally soar. I absolutely believe it. And this digital asset space, in that environment, I believe is, like Larry Fink said, could literally be a flight to safety, just like gold and stuff like that. Why? Because it's going to be the whole thing. Hey, did gold go up or did the dollar go down? Well, we know when you're printing trillions of dollars every 75 days, another $1 trillion, well then, hey, you're going to see an inflationary result. That is just a fact, Jack. And as a result, every asset that is measured against the US dollar is going to appreciate. And how? And that's where you see the disconnect between the economy, because the average guy, hey, they're not going to be able to make it. The purchasing power of their dollars is being destroyed right before their very eyes. It's literally a form of taxation where the government goes into your pocket and pulls out cash by the fistfuls. And that's the deal. And inflation, of course, is the government's greatest temptation. Why? Because they can inflate their way out of debt. Not like you and I, guys. We can't pull that kind of stunt, but they can, because they're printing it out of thin air. And this is where you want to really be considering how you're insulating yourself against that, because folks that are out there, and yes, buying gold and silver to be sure, but the appreciating levels, the return on investment that we saw in these digital assets versus gold and silver was out the door. And do I believe that this distributed ledger technology, this digital asset space, is going to represent that? Yes, I absolutely do. I do indeed. And we have already seen it happen big time. So guys, don't let yourself get focused on the little day-to-day price action, this, that. Oh, it's up. Oh, it's down. Oh, it's up. Oh, it's down. So that you get to be the yo-yo and somebody else has got you on their string. And all this kind of stuff. Because a lot of people have not learned how to really settle their nerves when it comes to this digital asset space and distributed ledger technology in these markets. Guys, you've got to be strategic. And one thing that I go over in coaching and big time is the psychology of this market. That is the name of the game. That is how you actually win in this space. And you can understand it. And you can actually use it to your advantage and get way, way further ahead and way, way, way further down the road and ahead of the curve when it comes to a lot of this. Just think of this. How many of your friends and family are literally completely oblivious to what's going on in the wide world, market-wise, and the future of, our economies going into a digital economy and this distributed ledger technology space? Now, you have sat there, I'm sure, and have told them, but they don't have ears to hear. And that's the deal. Yeah, they're sitting there listening, but they're not really hearing what you're saying. It's not registering. The penny isn't dropping, as it were. And that's the thing, guys. Most people are completely oblivious to it, and it's going to take them by absolute surprise. We have seen some major, mammoth, behemoth companies. In fact, I was just reading how in Texas here, Dallas area, Macy's is closing 6 major stores, and they're doing it all around the country. Now, that is absolutely, of course, one of the biggest retailers in the United States is Macy's. And yet they are closing massive amounts of stores all around the country. Why, guys? Well, they're not making it. Why aren't they making it? Well, hey, people aren't out there buying retail and all that. Why aren't the people out buying retail? Well, because, hey, they're afraid, and their jobs. Hey, a lot of people have lost some really great paying jobs. Had to take on 2 and 3 part-time jobs to make up for that income, and especially just to get the healthcare benefits and all of that. Guys, look at the dominoes and how they're falling. You can see it's being set up right before your very eyes, and yet most people will ignore it and are completely oblivious to it, they'll miss it completely, and guys, they'll be a victim of it. That's how it is. Yep. So you and I, the fact that we are aware of this digital asset space and involved in it and have watched our assets appreciate hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of percent against the dollar, and I do believe that is going to continue. I think we're going to see numbers out of XRP that are going to shock most people. I genuinely do. But the thing is this, how blessed we are to be a part of it. It is truly something amazing when you consider, like I said, how many people totally oblivious and don't even know. And it grieves my spirit, really it does, actually, because when you think of the hurt and the pain that is coming down the road for a lot of people, I mean, a lot of people have already felt it. Well, they're going to feel it a little more. They're putting a squeeze on us. Guys, do you think that this is somehow happening just by happenstance with no intention? Come on. All of these economists have come out there. They've certainly educated and advised, all of these decision makers about, hey, the cascading results. They know for a fact. And look, you have Christine Lagarde, who is the head of the ECB, IMF, on and on and on. And she is out there touting, hey, distributed ledger technology. They've literally come out, they've used Ripple right in their own language, in their own documents, about a potential solution to solve this crisis, manufactured crisis of that. And that's exactly what's going down. Federal Reserve, I even have videos of Jerome Powell touting the benefits of distributed ledger technology and how, a US CBDC might be good for the American dollar. Now, that doesn't mean they'll do an actual CBDC, but do I believe a digital currency, distributed ledger technology based type currency, maybe even a stable coin, will be the solution? Guys, something is coming. You can literally feel it in the proverbial air. And that's where I'm out there and really, really sharing with you what we do and with the excitement we do. Because look, the proof is in the pudding, isn't it? When you've been there yourself and it has changed your life, and you're out there and you're seeing what's happening in the economy. I spent 25 years in the tax department in Canada at a very senior level for what I did. In fact, in the area that I worked in terms of investigating officers, it was the most senior level that they had at that point. And the thing is this, when we're watching all of this going on and stuff like that, and you can see it, and then well then guys, that's the deal. You get out there, you do your very best to warn others, but I can share my convictions. I can't give people the confidence that goes with it. Just like you, when you've gone out there and talked with your family or friends and you shared all that you know, and you can literally see it happening, and they can see it happening for you, yet you can't make them, it's the whole you can lead a horse to water, you can't make them drink kind of thing. And that's exactly what it's like. But you do your very best. That's the way I look at it. And guys, do I think something big is coming for this space? Absolutely, I do. And for XRP, I think it's going to be off the Richter scale. Most people won't even people in this space won't believe how powerful it'll be when it happens. At least that's how I think about it. Well, now, guys, I'll tell you what an amazing week we have ahead of us. And I can't wait to get out there later on today and do another amazing video for you. So until then, I sure hope you're having a fabulous start to your week. And it's absolutely a beautiful day. Still got a little snow out there. But needless to say, guys, have an absolutely amazing one and take care.